Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is Karen Kartika, transformational coach and holistic healer, bringing you messages from your guides. Have you ever had situations or moments where your attempt to be perfect is actually becoming the things that either frustrate you or waste your time or your biggest blocks to happiness, creating momentum, being in the flow, success, and whatnot? Well, I have this funny thing. Um, I don't know if you have a hardwood floor, but I do. And mine is actually not a real hardwood floor. I think it's the fabricated one. This wood, for some reason, if I'm not careful in what kind of solution that I use, will leave footprints, marks. And I have Venus in Virgo and so many other planets in Virgo. So I'm like very particular in certain things. Details cannot leave my eyes or my visions. So when I start to see this footprint, I'm like, I need to clean it. And this happened yesterday to today because I was cleaning it yesterday for preparing my space for a new moon ceremony. And then an hour after I finished my ceremony, I was like, wait a minute, all the footprints came. So I cleaned it again. And then this morning, I was just waking up, brush my teeth, come back, footprints, cleaning up again. Finish having my breakfast, take my shower, come out, another footprint. And I realized, oh my God, how long until I can finally let this go? Because my own perfectionism, one, take a lot of my energy and time just trying to clean this thing up. I know there's a one solution that I just need to get, which I have not been able to had a time to go to the store and get it. But I'm pretty sure once I have this thing in my hand, it will just be seamless again and there will not be footprint. But just that energy of like, can't let it go, that this needs to be perfect, has probably um, wasted some of my energy and time and mind energy trying to fix it. Okay. And then yesterday I was having a conversation. It's funny. The whole day yesterday was about perfectionism. I was just having a conversation with my friend who just handed in his resignation, and he's quite successful, run operations for this multinational companies for the last 12 years. He's in the top, well respected, but he knew that he wanted to do something else. And what triggered his resignation was that the company asked him to move from Latin America to US, to Chicago. And he's like, my family didn't want it, my wife didn't want it, my children do not want it. So I have to make a decision. And I chose to stay. And in that decision, of course, when you have to end something that's already been your lifelong achievements, it was quite hard on him. And he was struggling with what will people think about him? What would I do? Although after he asked that question, he's set up the whole year financially. He even already replaced his income with things that he's already put in place, like he's into tradings, has some financial investments here or there. So that's already set. And he actually also already set with his next step in terms of a company that he wanted to build, which is something that he had built 20 years ago, had to close it because he took this job at the corporation. And now it's just a matter of turning the key back on again. But for that to happen, it's like, I gotta make this perfect because everybody know how good I am as this company leader. And if I start this and it fails short for a lot of people, what would I be? Because I would not want other people to consult or coach me or mentor me if they did not have the success that I want. So if I don't have the success that everybody else want, how can I provide that as a service to others? Perfect needs to have everything perfect. His life, by any other people's standards, is perfect. And yet he's still striving for more perfectionism, to the dot, to the details, which I honor that I respect from him, because that what makes him passionate about life, and how he works is just amazing. How he created success for him, for his family, and for other people is just over the top. However, the final thing that drove me off this perfectionism is that it actually stopped him from just jumping into something that it's already available to him, easy for him to do, and yet to just take a step to turn that business on again, to announce it to the world that he's now starting this, was the hardest thing for him to do. And it took him almost a week ruminating on it until finally we had this conversation and we were laughing about it. And it was like laughing at himself as well, of how silly this thing could be. So my question to you is, has perfectionism stopped you from doing things that bring you happiness, that put you in a state of flow for continue being on your journey to create success for yourself? Has perfectionism run your energy over, just like how I did trying to clean my floor? Because another story that came to me yesterday was that, and here's another perfect example of a perfect friend that I have. Perfect. She has her life beautiful company that she started about 2 years ago, has reached a success, making multiple figures, six figures income in a year. And she just at the top of the world, and she was about to go to, well, she's right now already on a plane to go to a cruise. And just so happened that she yesterday told me that the day prior to our conversation, she was driving on the road. Suddenly she didn't remember what happened. She might blank out or something. She might get distracted. Next thing she knew, she was awakened. Her car was a wreck by the street, and somebody died. A perfect day, in a second, things are being taken from you. Wreck my heart, and of course, wreck her whole being. She's okay. She got off okay. But how fast something could happen to you that outside of your control. And here we are trying to make things perfect life, perfect job, perfect work, perfect way of being, perfect being, to serve others, to make other people happy, to stop us thinking and believing that we're not ready for it, or thinking and believing, oh, there's another day tomorrow that I can still do it because I still have to make things perfect today. Or wasting so much time in just trying to get things in order to be able to enjoy something in life, while in fact, life could be that fragile. So I know, somber ending, but I hope that gives you a reminder that being perfect has its merit, and maybe having our confidence built, credentials in order, and things like that. But if it stops you then to be in the flow, thinking and believing, if I'm not there yet, I cannot be who I am for other people, then I need to stop you there. Because who you are is perfect. When you're born, you're perfect. You're whole and perfect, perfectly perfect. And there's a note in Bible, you're created perfectly imperfect, meaning, and this goes into, if you ever go look into your astrological chart or your human design blueprint, you will never get a chart that's fully whole. Like everything is on the alignment, that there's no negating aspect. Or if you look at your blueprint, there's no way that your whole 9 energy centers are defined and all your gates are defined. It's not possible. There is nothing like that. There's no charts like that. But yet we're perfect because we are created that way as part of a puzzle piece in the universe, in the oneness. Because when we honor ourselves as being who we are, the uniqueness of who we are, perfectly imperfect, our piece is to fill in for other people peace, and other people peace, and other people peace. And that together we create what we call the universe, the oneness, God creation. God created us as one. So perfectly imperfect, don't waste your time. And whatever it is that's been holding you back, just because you need things to be great and whole, because like I said, you're already whole and perfect to begin with. Just remember that and keep doing all the good things that you are doing in the world, the things that you're creating in the world, because the only thing that is putting you on the backward motions or feeling like you're not going anywhere is just in your head, and maybe some of your mood or emotions that comes from either the head or your emotions that are just not being in alignment with the things that you know is true for you. So that's one thing that you need to connect to, your truth, because your truth, your inner spark, is the one that will help you get you that guidance of like, all right, this is your shadow, let's move on the other side. Or this is something that will weigh you down, this is disempowering you. The inner spark or the truth is the one that will bring you back into that energy of like, yes, I'm here, I can do this. Okay, the empowering part. Okay. What else? I think that's it. And today, since I am taping this in the new moon, I am bringing out a new deck. It's a beautiful deck created by my friend, Holistic Human Design. She's also here in the YouTube, and I'm going to put her information down below. It is a deck of, ta-da, Human Design Oracle System, Gates to Know Yourself. And it's a beautiful deck, which I'm just going to show you the back of the deck for now. And as usual, I'm going to pick up 3 cards and tuning into each of the card, receive a yes and no, and notice where the energy resonates in you, in your body or in your thoughts or in your emotions, or maybe a situation that is currently in your mind. Like the minute that the card shows up and the situation come up, then the card is answering that situation. If it resonates within your energy body or in your body, then I'm also sending in healing energy. So just say I received the healing energy, and it will go toward that energy center or physical body or part of your body. Okay. So again, tuning in to a yes or no, resonating or not, where it lands in your body and your energy centers, or if it lands in a situation. And if you are willing and open to say, I receive the healing energy that I need today. Okay. All right. I think I shuffle enough. Maybe I was shuffling because I was nervous. Okay. Let's do this. Card number 1. Yes, you can see the human design body graph, right? But that's not it is. That's just the back of it. Okay. Card number 2. Okay. Card number 3. Oh, wonderful. All right. Sneak peek. Okay. And should I pull? All right. Get you another deck. This one is the flower deck. Something about the crystal wants to come and play today to support you. So maybe there's an additional healing energy that wants to come through the crystals and the flowers. This is the crystal and flowers deck. Okay. 1, 2, 3. All right. Now the beauty with this deck, it has, if you're ever interested in learning human design, this is a great tool to understand the 64 gates. The 64 gates lit up under each of the planetary conscious and unconscious sections of your body graph. So if you ever see the body graph that looks like this, right? Usually if you see the chart and there'll be like numbers on the left and the right. So that's where the gate shows up. And it will gives you layers of how you can understand what make up your energetic blueprint. And the gates are a great to learn because especially with just understanding your conscious sun, which is your sun sign, but in the human design language, it gives you the power to know who you are and be able to operate from that essence. Because if you embody that a conscious sun energy, if you expand it a little bit and understand it as this conscious sun as part of the incarnation cross, that will also give you the theme of your life purpose. So, and that can be understood by also learning each of the gates that creates the incarnation cross. And what's so useful, what's so great about this deck is not just that it's very visuals and it has colors that can give you and bring you meanings into your readings, but it also comes with a book that I co-wrote with the creator of this whole system, Windstorm, of holistic human design. And it gives you details of each of the gates, where it is in your body, when it's activated, what the energy feels like, when it's shadow, what it feels like, what you need to transmute, or what you need to heal, and what you need to strengthen. And it's also give you journaling prompt, what to meditate on, and suggestions on how you can use this as tools to personal growth, like activities that you can do so that it can help you connect with the gates energy even better. And so I'm gonna go into our reading, and I'm gonna use this. If you just want the deck and you don't need a physical book, it's available on Kindle. And if you're on Kindle Unlimited, it will give you a nice digital copy that may not have all of this in a setup like this. But if you already have the card, then it's easy to just get the readings right there. The great thing about this physical book, if you don't happen to have the Oracle deck with you, this is what I usually do. What's the energy for me today? What the energy that I need to know? And always land on a gate. I mean, call it magic. Okay. Card number 1, we have versatility, gate 16. And I'm actually going to show you how I use the guidebook on this one because, oh, wow. Okay. Do you know that gate 16, Gemini, is where the new moon is or was? If you're seeing or watching this after the new moon. Yep, 16 Gemini. And I mean, it's gate 16, but gate 16 falls in Gemini. And I was just reading it, 16 Gemini. I'm like, what? This is just the new moon. And it's asking for versatility, which is kind of interesting because the whole energy coming toward this new moon has been asking me specifically, and I sense that this is also what I'm getting, for everyone, is to hone in to being adaptable. Versatility, it's kind of adaptable, right? It can be used in so many different ways because Gemini is a mutable sign, so it can change. Temperamental, it changes and shape shifting, hot and cold, and all of that. And this is the world that we're coming into right now, because with all the planets are now moving into Gemini, and a lot of major planets, starting with Jupiter, has come into Gemini. That will be followed by Uranus, right? And on this side, Neptune is soon going to be changing into Aries, which we all know that Neptune takes a long time in one sign. Saturn is making it move as well from Pisces into Aries pretty soon. The world that we know is shifting in a big way, because with the bigger planets, it's changing our generation, changing what's going on in the world per se. While the personal planet like Sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars, it's all more on the personal level. But when the big planets are changing, our reality is shifting. And you, card number one, picker, are being asked to have or hone in to your versatility, your adaptability. Maybe there are things within your life right now or a situation that you're holding on to fixedly, meaning that, oh, just like that perfectionism story that I was telling you earlier, right? This can only happen if I already do A, B, C, D, E. It has some merit to it. However, you need to start looking at the reality of it. Do you really need to do A, B, C, D, E in sequential like that? Or is there a way that you can weave in or shifting yourself where it may no longer need a B and C, that you can already get into D because of the things that has happened, or that you see or you feel like I actually can just jump to D. And really make a commitment to say, you know what, I want D and I'm going to be D. And I'm going to just go for D. Forget about ABC. That's adaptability and that's versatility. Or as things are shifting and moving and changing, there might be different resources that used to be available to you that no longer available. People that you used to rely on is no longer there. Or you start the questions like, I worked with her or him before, it was great, but somehow now the energy shifted. Trust that. Because if it is not going to lift you up, it does not give you empowerment that you do, pushing it, especially for all of you out there who is generators, manifesting generator. And I think this is pretty much general for other people. If you don't feel it, you don't feel empowered to have this relationship, to have this situation for you, or to start this project, then you really need to use your adaptability and assess, where can I continue moving forward but feels empowered at the same time, instead of just doing it for the sake of doing it. It's like, oh yeah, all right, I'm going to make a commitment. It's like anything that feels like it's a fixed thing, there's always an options to get out. There's always an options to modify. There's always an option to look a different way, position it different way, tweak it, and things like that. Nothing in the world is fixed right now. Everything is changing. Everything is changing at this moment. The more that you can realize that you can create your reality in the way that you want it, with you as the star feeling good and empowered, the faster that things are coming to you. So I'm going to just open gate 16 here. This is fun. Something new. So with gate 16, it tells you where it is on the body graph, which is here. It's on the throat. And the throat. But what the great part is, if you do have this gate on your chart, then you can read up on like how the energy will feel in you when it's positive, how it will feel when it's in the shadow or negative. But I'm just going to go into the reading or the oracle for it, for this specific one. That is that when this gate appears, it invites you to check in with your strategy and authority to provide clues to help you validate whether or not you are on the correct path. Do you have the skills that you need at the moment? Are you putting in sufficient practice to master them, or are you wearing yourself thin with too many projects using different skills you have? Reconnect to the path that is lighting you up with enthusiasm. Without it, watch out for your indifference. Feeling that? Time to pivot and experiment with other things that light the fire inside you. Find something that excites you. Run with it. It will lead to talent and mastery of the skill and allow them to become second nature. Exciting. And wow, I am not kidding. The flower and the crystal. The cards say wholeness. What did I say? You're perfectly whole. There's nothing missing in you. Stop fixing things. Start trying to be perfect and by fixing things. You're already whole. I don't know what this the flower is, but I'm just gonna bring it into focus so you can absorb the energy of the flower. Oh, it feels so soothing, expansive at the same time, and it's just full body wholeness, right? And it said it's better to be alone sometimes, whatever that means. And the crystal here is turquoise. And turquoise is considered the stone of love and great happiness and peace that you deserve. Things do not have to be all crazy, anxiety, and stressful, and keep pushing and forcing. Well, in fact, as a great reminder, you're already whole. You embody happiness. You don't have to seek it. It's already within you. Peace is already within you. You just have to come back to it over and over again. Okay? All right. Now, let's go to card number 2. Challenge. Ooh, look at this. And this is card number 28. So look up gate 28. And it is Scorpio. I love this. I love this because I think I'm kind of familiar with gate 28. It's all about taking life in tail, meaning it's like life wants you to experience things. Life wants you to be in it, feel it, enjoy it, not to be afraid of it. Like the excitement of somebody who's jumping off skydiving, right? It's like free and not being hold back with fears. I mean, fear's gonna be there regardless. But the minute that you make that jump, take that risk, it gives you that opportunity to feel the wholesomeness, the intensity, the feeling, the depth of what life is all about. Because life is not always going to be shiny, sunny, shiny, happy people by B52 came to mind. It has a lot of things. And yet at the same time, it wants you to experience it fully, because when you allow yourself the freedom to I'm just gonna jump and experience it, it gives you freedom to just be present in whatever it is the situation that you're in, whether it's transformations, whether it's adventure, whether it's just a slow, easy, smooth ride on a very still river, whitewater rafting, lake, boating, or just strolling on the street in the car, or you're going into a race car and spinning around. These are all just experiences. The more that you allow yourself, give yourself the opportunity to just open your wings and take the risk. It's and jump. I'm not saying risk because sometimes people, no, 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 I don't want to take risks. It's just give yourself a chance to step into it, to fully embrace what life is. Ram Dass said it perfectly. At the end of the day, my calling is not continue being enlightened, because enlightenment can also be an attachment, and you can feel like you're in the loop of chasing an enlightenment. Enlightenment comes when you're actually playing in the game of life, when you're fully immersed in life itself. And it could be one day you'll be crying, another minute you'll be laughing, another minute you'll be yelling and screaming and angry, another minute you're going to be down on your knees and sobbing. All just experience. And the more that you show up to life, the more that you will feel the rainbows, what it feels like to be alive. The things that people are calling self-realization is not just thriving for the best in like, oh, I only need this amount hours of sleep, or I can no longer eat and drink coffee or sugars. I can only do or limit myself into working this hours, and so on and so forth. While when we self-realize, there's really no limit of what this body can do and what our soul can do. And this is what the challenge is, if what it means to you, those who picked card number 2, gate 28, is inviting you to fully take the jump and be in life. Now, okay, I'm gonna just scroll over to gate number 28. For additional reading, when this gate appears, oh, this one is gonna long, so I'm just gonna grab a few. It asks you to take a chance and risk that life will not be the same. The risk that life will never be the same. This is the moment that you have been waiting for. You might have been asking yourself, what is my purpose? My destiny? What am I here to do? You might be sitting on the edge of a life-changing decision, and you are wrestling with the fear of making the wrong one because of what you have or have not done and experienced as a result in the past. And at the same time, you fear that you are running out of time, that you have missed your moment and haven't lived up to your potential. Taking chances is fulfilling your purpose in life. I'll put the rest of the meaning that's written here on the blog that I usually post along with this video, so you have some written piece to this video. And I pull for the flower, justice, and opal. Trust your friends, but keep your eyes open. Now, opal it's a sign of goodness, fulfillment of hopes, compassion, sympathy, and happiness. It characterized by pure thought, selflessness, and sincerity. The stone is great at healing mental wounds, helps survive misadventures, and awakens the love of life. It sets people up for friendly relations, promotes mutual respect, and pleasant communications. So work with opal to help you release whatever past experiences that's been holding you back from fully just immersing yourself in life and taking that chance and taking that risk to really go into whatever it is that you want to experience in your life now, because life is never the same. Life has never been the same anymore. Okay? Wonderful. Yay. Oh boy. This is for you, card number 3, and this is gate 49. It's at principles. And if you can see, this is like a sign of French Revolution. I feel like all these 3 cards are talking together. What are you standing up for? Who are you? What are you standing up for? And this is an energy in Aquarius. And Aquarius is always this fusions. It's also an air sign. You have a certain belief and principles that make you who you are, that is true and unique to you, that when you live it, your inner identity, truth, and spark will lit up, and things just become bright, shiny, revolutions like I'm finally feeling alive. I am with purpose. Your mission is ignited. You're full of charge, being who you are, needed as who you are in the world without question. Okay? This is a time for you to revolutionize or evolve to be who you are. Whatever it is that you think and believe as, but I can't, I mean, my point of view, my beliefs is so different than everybody else. What will people think of me? What will people do to me when they know that I stand by this? I cannot give you the answer to that. It may not be a good, or may not be a good experience. So it could be good or bad at the same time. However, not being in your truth will bring you a lot of disruptions in your life, a lot of illness, possibly, a lot of dissatisfaction, maybe even depressions. Because when you're not connected with your inner truth, you do not let your spark to fully be present in your body, you will feel that life is mute. And when life is mute, that's when depression comes in. That means there's something in your life needs to shift, needs to change. Listen to your, if you're talking about human design, your inner strategy, your authority, go look up your conscious sun, go look up your astrology, your sun sign, understand who you are truly. It will reflect to you back what you already know, what you already feel inside. Your job is to create space for this to be present in your life fully. That means you stand up for the words that come to you as who you are. There's no other way. It's either this or life could be at war. And the war is not outside of you, but inside of you. The card that, oh, hold on, 49. Principles. When this gate appears, connecting with your emotions and becoming aware of your unconscious defense mechanism related to the query of the situation at hand is crucial. Reflect on your reactions and identify if you are fighting, flighting, freezing, or fawning, or other way to say it, people pleasing. Consider if negative emotions are present and if it's necessary to break away from certain energies to create space for something new. Evaluate whether your principles are being violated and reflect on the values you hold dear and are willing to defend with unwavering conviction, regardless of the circumstances. Assess if there are aspects that require revamping, even if they currently work for you or not. And flower that supports you. Again, I will take off pictures of all these flower cards so that you have it handy. And take a look at the color again, take a look at the picture, take a look at the words. If it resonates with you because you picked this card as well, then just say, I received the healing. Because all these cards very magical. It sends you that healing magic with you just experiencing the colors and the pictures and the images. It's created by two magicians out there in Switzerland. I'm so lucky to find them. And this card is just magical. Now is the time to try something new. Ooh, yes. Try something new, meaning like, what is it that you have not been given yourself an experience because you're so afraid of being fully who you are, of really experiencing who you truly are? I bet you have not really done that because you're too afraid what other people will think or do to you. And the crystals here is rhodonite. The crystal here is rhodonite. Rhodonite is able to give hope to a desperate person. I'm not saying you're desperate, but if you're feeling kind of like you're wobbly in who you are right now, a great crystal to have, instill hope for a new prosperous life and open the way to goodness and light. Rhodonite is considered a stone of compassion and mercy. It inspires the idea that there is so much more good in life than bad, that you need to find the bright sides and feed your heart with joy. Rhodonite teaches us to love and value life, to accept it as a great gift. All right, my friend, 4433, 44 minutes, 33 seconds. That's how I finish this with an angel number. I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye now.